Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paulette Burnside out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and I am really excited today to be able to share with you some information about the company Total Life Changes. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in the process of launching a major movement called the Skin Tea Movement, and we will help 1,000 families earn a six-figure income this year. And so when we say you're at the right place at the right time, guys, most people today, they want to feel better, they want to stay healthier, they want to live longer, and they also want to increase the amount of income, that's in their bank account. And so, guys, the reason I actually, my husband and myself are actually engineers by trade. And guys, we took a look at Total Life Changes because we wanted to better, feel better, but we really wanted to increase the amount of income that we had coming into our household. And so, guys, the company has been around for about 14 years. It started in Era, Michigan, and, we currently ship to 150 countries, and we have 8 warehouses that actually span globally across the world. Our founder, Mr. Jack Fallon, ladies and gentlemen, he is our CEO and founder. And, I had a chance to meet him. And, ladies and gentlemen, he is a very humble individual. I felt very fortunate to meet him because you would not have even known that he was the CEO because he was just so humble and so loving to all of the people that was at his event. So just really excited about being, under his leadership and actually, being in partnership with Mr. Jack Fallon. We participate in 7 of the fastest growing industries, with weight loss being one, energy and longevity, performance enhancement, beauty, health and wellness, gourmet coffee, and the home-based business industry. The weight loss industry today is an $80 billion industry. And, I was doing some research on the internet the other day about the weight loss industry, and I ran across some information that said 95% of the adults that actually, surf the internet on a daily basis are out there looking for information on weight loss surgeries, diet recipes, different diet plans that they can actually utilize. And so that is a huge figure to just imagine that 95% of adults are actually out there looking for weight loss or looking for ways to lose weight, guys. And so we participate in that industry. But here's the thing. Our flagship product is this Iaso Tea, or better known as the Skin Tea. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 100% organic. It contains holy thistle, parisium leaves, malva leaves, marshmallow leaves, blessed thistle, papaya, ginger, chamomile, and myrrh. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about this tea. You can actually drink this tea hot or either cold. It actually tastes like water. You can even sweeten the tea and you will still get the same results as if you did not sweeten the tea. And so, guys, this tea actually helps with weight loss. It will help you lower your cholesterol. It removes that intestinal sludge. I had the opportunity to drink this tea for about, 3 weeks. And I noticed after drinking 8 ounces twice a day for 3 weeks, I had lost 13 pounds. And guys, this was with no special diet or no exercise. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I am just really excited about what this tea is actually doing for my body and also my family members' body. The next product is our HCG drops. You hear today many people are going to weight loss clinics or to see weight loss doctors, and they're paying between $150 and $400 an appointment, to see a weight loss doctor to get what we call HCG. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we actually have a clinical proven formula where you're going to put the drops under your tongue, and you will notice, from using the drops and also following the diet plan that comes along with it, you will lose approximately 1 to 2 pounds per day. Also had the chance to use the HCG drops over the course of 2 weeks, guys, and I actually lost 17 pounds. This is one of my most favorite diets that's actually out there. The next product is our Iaso Resolution. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a professional grade proprietary formula, and these drops right here actually flush away the fats and toxins from your system. You will have a drastic you will lose a drastic amount of weight in 23 days, just from using the resolution. Guys, you don't need any prescription. It suppresses your hunger, but also it's 100% natural, homeopathic, and it's made in United States. Guys, I've gotten some really awesome testimonies about the resolution. And so definitely this is another product, guys, that is affordable, and you don't need a prescription to be able to use the resolution. The next, industry is, of course, the energy and longevity industry. People today are living longer. They want to feel better while they live longer. They want to have a better quality of life. And so our next product here is what we call the NRG. The NRG, better known as either the happy pill. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about this NRG. It is going to turn down your appetite and turn up the energy, ladies and gentlemen. And this particular product right here, guys, you will notice from taking the NRG that you are going to have a lot more energy than you typically have. My husband had the opportunity to use this product, and what he found is that within 30 minutes, he started to feel more energized, and he was a little sluggish. So within 30 minutes of taking a capsule of this NRG, he just had this natural energy without jitters and was able to complete his task without feeling tired. But not only that, ladies and gentlemen, when it came down to winding down that night, he didn't have a sudden crash. And so that's our NRG. The next product is, our performance enhancement product, or better known as the intimacy industry. And so we have here the Strike Up and Love. And ladies and gentlemen, Strike Up basically does exactly what it says it does. Here, it says it's a total men's support. And so, guys, you know what total men's support is. Strike Up, it definitely does exactly what it says it does. You see the arrow pointing to the sky. We also have a product for ladies. Guys, this product for ladies is called the Love. And guys, it is going to add moisture, and it's also going to increase, your libido as well. A lot of people today, really don't like to talk about what's actually happening in their bedroom, ladies and gentlemen. But I am here to tell you that these products right here, they do work, and you don't have all the side effects that you have from some of the products that are out there on the market. So I definitely recommend that, everyone out there, if you're looking for something to increase, your love life, definitely purchase this Strike Up and this Love. And so the next industry, the health and wellness industry, ladies and gentlemen, as you see here in this picture, we have several products that represent the health and wellness industry, with one of my favorites being the NutriBurst, which is a liquid vitamin. Guys, it contains 72 minerals, 12 herbs, 19 amino acids, 13 green foods, and 22 fruits and vegetables. And guys, let me say this again. This is a liquid multivitamin. I don't know about you, but I've been to the doctor on several occasions, and the doctor will say, you need to be taking a multivitamin. And guys, in my mind, I would say, oh Lord, another pill. I don't want to take another pill. And so guys, I just neglect to take a vitamin because I didn't want to take another tablet. And so when I found the Total Life Changes NutriBurst, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, it definitely, it absorbs in your cells very quickly, and you will have that natural energy. So I definitely recommend that, everyone on the line or everyone listening should be actually using some kind of multivitamin, and preferably a liquid multivitamin such as this NutriBurst. The next products I'm going to talk to you about is what we call our chaga and techu. And ladies and gentlemen, the chaga is a natural antioxidant that supports health, healthy digestion. It also promotes healthy skin. It aids the liver function. And guys, it also alleviates the feelings of stress. And so guys, definitely the chaga is another one of our products that, I highly recommend. We also have the techu here, and you see all the benefits here from the tattoo. And so our next industry, of course, is our skincare industry. Ladies and gentlemen, today that is a $150 billion industry. And what's so ironic about it is, in 2012, 14.6 million procedures were done. And these were, like Botox, chemical peels, facelifts, laser therapy, and liposuction, ladies and gentlemen. So, of course, today the skincare and anti-aging industry is a huge industry. And as you see here on the screen, we have several skincare products to include our Renique right here, which is our liquid or serum Botox, okay? And guys, this Botox, you're going to apply it to the areas in which you want to enhance, and you will notice that the wrinkles and lines will begin to fade away. Also, many of our skincare products, they contain the granddaddy of them all, the Ganoderma Lucidant, grapeseed, pomegranate, and Swiss apple. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to make any medical claims in this presentation, but I highly recommend that everything that I've exposed you to today, that you go back and you just take some time and actually Google it to get more information for yourself. Again, our MU oil, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you about this MU oil. It is 100% pure MU oil. And, guys, it is AEA certified. And let me tell you something. I have gotten some great testimonies about this MU oil. And even for myself, guys, I was a little skeptical, when I heard that it helps with eczema, psoriasis. It also helps if you have that cracky skin on your hands. It also helps with healing that up. But also, I have used it, and it also helps. It helped me with some pain. And so, ladies, you know how it is. You wear those heels, those 3-inch and 4-inch heels, and you notice your feet start to hurt or your toes start to hurt. Well, guys, I was out one day and just really had to try to see if this MU oil really worked like people say it worked. Guys, I rubbed the MU oil on my foot, and I noticed within 30 minutes, myself, never had any pain in my foot. The pain actually went away. And so now I'm going to show you a picture of, this is our liquid serum. This is the Renique. This is our Botox. Ladies and gentlemen, as you see here, it helps with the wrinkles on your forehead, crow's feet, those laughing lines. If you have a turkey neck, it also helps with getting rid of all of the lines for that. And so definitely recommend that. The next industry, of course, is the coffee industry. Guys, you see Starbucks is popping up on every single corner, and so that gives you a clue. Why not replace what you're currently drinking with a healthy coffee? Total Life Changes has, cappuccino, we have mocha, we have black coffee, but we also have another coffee that is called the Delgado. That is spelled Delgado. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a coffee that is strictly for weight loss. So just from you drinking this coffee, you will notice that your pounds will begin to fade away. The next industry, of course, the home-based business industry. Today people want to actually work from home. They want to have more family time, more spiritual time. They want to have, those two things, but they want to be able to do it from the comfort of their home and be able to make more income. With Total Life Changes, you are going to be able to do all of that. You are even going to get your own customized website in which you can, have people placing orders on your website while you are actually asleep or even doing, your day-to-day activities. Your business is going to still be working. The next one, guys, or the next product is our reshaping line. And I am just really excited about, our reshaping line that Total Life Changes has launched, because here's the thing about our reshaping garments. They are medical grade garments. And ladies, we like our garments. We're going to smooth it out. We're going to lift some areas. And we're going to also, flatten our abdomen area. But here's the great thing about this garment. This garment doesn't have any kind of bones. It doesn't have any underwires. And so you are going to get a garment that is very, very comfortable with Total Life Changes. And so I am just really excited about, wearing this garment because guess what, guys? I can look good and feel good all at the same time. And so let's now talk about the money. Let's talk about, where we are, what's actually happening with Total Life Changes. We get paid 5 different ways. Some of you out there, sometimes you get your paycheck after a week or 2 weeks or even for the month, to notice that, within 48 hours, your check may be, you may be out of cash. Or, guys, you may be somebody out there that just wants some extra income to be able to help some other people out. The first way we get paid is what we call our retail, commissions. And so anytime you sell someone something, you're going to make 50% profit. So imagine, someone goes to your Total Life Changes website and they purchase $100 worth of, products from you, ladies and gentlemen. You are going to get paid a $50 commission or $50 profit. All right, just from those orders. And guys, this commission actually pays out weekly on Thursday, so really excited about that. Even when you do hand-to-hand, face-to-face sales, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to make a 50% profit on everything that you retail. The next way we get paid is what we call the Fast Start bonus. Anytime you sponsor, an individual into Total Life Changes, you are going to receive a 50% commission. So imagine if I sponsor, Jack on a $500 package, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? I am going to earn $250 just from sponsoring Jack on a $500 business builder package. Let's say I sponsor, Lisa on a $200 package. Guys, Total Life Changes is going to pay me a commission, or I'm going to earn a commission of $100 just for sponsoring Lisa into Total Life Changes. And so, guys, really excited about that bonus. We often like to say that, we don't actually work for Total Life Changes. Guys, we are in a partnership with Mr. Jack Fallon himself. He shares 50% of his profits, with his business partners. The next way is the hybrid binary, and I want all of you to pay attention to the hybrid binary, because a lot of times people miss an opportunity because they don't understand that it's about timing and positioning. So here's on this slide, you will notice this is you right here. When you partner with Total Life Changes, you are going to enroll a left and a right. So you're going to enroll someone on your left team and someone on your right team. And ladies and gentlemen, once you do that, those 2 people are going to enroll someone, okay? They're going to enroll individuals, or even your upline is going to enroll, and they're going to have 2 people that's going to fall down below. They're going to have others that are going to fall down below you. Here's what's so great about this, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have people that's going to fall in your organization, whether you have sponsored them or not. Guys, your upline only has a choice of enrolling people either on your left team or either on your right team. And so you will begin to see some overflow of people below you, and you're going to make a 10 to 30% profit on your lesser leg, ladies and gentlemen. And so when I tell you that, this is really about, being at the right place at the right time, securing your position of equity, ladies and gentlemen, because some of you, you will actually miss this opportunity, and your neighbor next door will be in someone else's business. And guys, they will be building a business, and guess what? They could have been in your business, and you could have been getting a percentage of all of their sales. So, ladies and gentlemen, check out what's going on if you're on social media, and you will see that this thing is really growing very, very fast. And so the next way we get paid is what we call, the check match bonus or the matching check bonus. Anytime you personally help someone, achieve, a check of, let's say, $200 on their hybrid binary, Total Life Changes is going to give you, the sponsor, a 50% check match. And as you see here in the photo, I enrolled Jack. Jack now gets a $200 bonus. I am going to get a 50% check match, which is going to give me $100. Same thing for the second individual. I enroll Lisa. She gets a $400, hybrid binary check. I'm going to get $200. Same thing with this individual. They get a $100 binary check. I'm going to get 50% of that, which is $50. And ladies and gentlemen, guys, this is so great. This guarantees that you are going to help, or you're going to get the help that you need to build your business, because guess what? Your sponsor has a vested interest in making sure that you win at Total Life Changes. The last way we get paid is what we call the lifestyle bonus. Once you achieve the rank, of national director, Total Life Changes is going to pay you out a $1,500 a month bonus. And ladies and gentlemen, with this lifestyle bonus, you could do whatever you so choose. You don't have to buy a car. You can actually, pay car payment on your car if you want, on a specific car that you choose to buy. You could also use it to pay your mortgage, your rent, your kids' college tuition. You can even use it for travel expenses, or even give it to your favorite charity, ladies and gentlemen. And that's just by hitting the rank of national director, you will be entitled to that bonus. And so here on the screen, you see these are a list of our ranks, a few of our pen levels or leadership ranks here on the screen. Now you're saying, well, how do I get started? How do I, secure my position of equity with Total Life Changes? And so, ladies and gentlemen, the first way you can secure your position of equity is what we call, the entrepreneur package. And this package is $1,500. You're going to get all of the products that you see listed here. You're going to get the NutriBurst, the multivitamin. You're also going to get our performance enhancement products, the Strike Up the Love. You're going to get our weight loss coffee. You're going to get the cappuccino, NRG, and of course, our flagship product, the Iaso Tea. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the $1,500 package is going to automatically out the gate give you a 17% payout on, on that hybrid binary. And so if you're saying the $1,500 package is too much, we have a $500 package. You're going to get all of the items that you see here on the screen, and you're going to get a 14% payout on our hybrid binary. And notice this is also an assortment of products as well. And guess what? If you say $500 is too much, we have a $300 package. And with the $300 package, again, you're gonna get a variety of products, and you're also gonna get the 12% hybrid binary payout. And so, ladies and gentlemen, there is another package that you can get. We also have here, we have a $200 package, which is going to give you 20 packs of tea. All right, and then we also have a $100 package, which is going to give you 10 packs of our flagship product, the Iaso Tea. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have a level for everyone to get started. And so the most important thing is that you pick, you select your package that you want to get started on today. Because, guys, some of you don't realize what's happening, but your neighbor and your coworker will be in someone else's business when they could have actually been in your business, and you could have been getting, a percentage of all of their sales, or even a percentage of all of their customer orders. So, guys, you definitely want to select your package. Here, we have some customer kits. If you're a person that says, well, I don't want to make any money, guys, get on the products. We have a wide variety of product kits that you could get, that you can actually purchase. You see the energy kit here, the health kit, weight loss kit, ladies and gentlemen, beauty kit. Guys, everyone needs to improve their inner and outer beauty. And so here on the screen, you see, these are what you are going to get from partnering with Total Life Changes. You're going to get a website. You're going to get your prepaid card, where Total Life Changes is going to deposit, your commissions to that card. You're also going to get, a Go TLC online marketing lead generation system. Most companies out here tell you can build your business from the internet, but they really don't have a system in place for you to do so. Well, guys, today I am here to tell you that with Total Life Changes, they have a really good system for you to be able to build your business from the comfort of your home. And so, guys, I am excited because, to be in business with one of, my business partners, Mrs. Pamela McCrae, who is a mompreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, she has kids and she builds total life changes from the comfort of her home. And ladies and gentlemen, she is making, a high 5-figure income every single week from the comfort of her home. And so Total Life Changes is giving her more spiritual and family time. And then, of course, our leader, Miss Stormy Wellington, who is actually the person that started this skin tea movement. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the question today is, will you be one of the 1,000 families that Miss Wellington and myself will help, earn a 6-figure income on this year? And so, guys, once again, thank you very much. And also get your position of equity. Don't let this movement leave you behind. And guys, have a great day. Get back with the person that actually invited you to hear this presentation. Bye-bye.